it's been a long while between videos, but I think I'll do one here about the airbox I made up and I've put in, a few of the fittings I needed, and I'm also just installing a snorkel. I've just drilled the first hole. This is just a cheap eBay jobby. Looks very similar to the Safari the big Safari one, except this was 150 bucks and the Safari one is 500 bucks. So we'll see how we go. I've heard a lot of things about the template is a bit different, just like between a good snorkel and a bad snorkel. See, it's obviously looks a bit crinkled up, but hopefully the holes will line up. I've put a Safari snorkel on before with no stencil, so worst comes to worst, I'll just do the same with this one, and yeah, we'll see how it lines up, I guess. So I like using these little step drill. They're good because you can drill that first hole like I've done there, and then to go bigger to allow clearance, just keep drilling and then it will just go bigger up to where you want it. So that's handy. It saves you drilling a small hole then changing it out to a big one, or just drilling a big one because it sometimes isn't the most accurate thing. But yeah, these are pretty good. Just got to use them fairly slow because it's got a large cutting surface, but after that they're bloody mint. So I've roughly cut the hole. That's very rough. It's undersized, so I'll be able to trim around that, tidy it all up. This is one thing I haven't seen before. I didn't have it on the TB one from memory. It's got like another baffle in there. So I'm just trying to cut that out at the moment, and then that'll go all the way through. So that's the go for now. I got the little air baffle out. I could cut the bottom of it down there underneath without taking the guard off, but the easiest way to do it clean was definitely take the guard off. So that's what I did, just unbolted it, moved it out like that, and now bolted it all back up. But yeah, probably extra 5 minutes, but much cleaner. Another thing I should have mentioned when you're cutting and you expose all the raw metal is just give it a lick of paint. That's what I'm doing anyway. Just like that, that's all it needs. Yeah, that should be bloody good now. So I'll put the guard back on and drill the rest of the holes, bolt it all up. Okay, so the snorkel is on now. It's a bit dark, so I'll get out into better light maybe, take a little video or a picture. The stencil, I didn't use it in the end. I used it to get the main hole that goes through there, and then I just put the bolts in all the other holes and sort of put the snorkel on and marked them out and drilled them. Came up fine. I think it's pretty easy doing it that way actually. Yeah, compared to the Safari snorkel I fitted, this cheapie was definitely not as good, and it doesn't line up as well with the hole. Like, it looks fine now, the fitment, but just getting it there, had to cut that hole out a bit around there. Still need to deburr it and all that and give it a little paint. But no, it's come up not too badly. It looks pretty much the same from the outside, so I'm pretty happy with how it looks. Yeah. And then here we've got the airbox. Everything's dirty because I've just been on a trip. This is the RD airbox with the RD filter in it. I chose to go this way because it's a good paper filter, as you can see. So it filters out all the dirt and the dust, unlike most or if not all pod filters. And then between the airbox and the engine's obviously moving all the time, and so is the body with the airbox on it. So you need a bit of a bellows like this. I struggled to find one of them, but then I came across a Falcon, BA or BF, I can't remember what it was, in the bush on my trip, and it actually had one. So I just had to trim it a little bit shorter, and then yeah, it just fits straight on, which is bloody nice. It actually looks really good, all factory. There's probably a little bit more trimming in here I can do to get the stretch out a bit more because it is a bit bunched up, but other than that it's pretty bloody good. The only thing I've got to do now is weld a little piece on this so it comes straight. So they'll come straight like parallel with the car like that. And then I'll get an elbow, silicone elbow from the snorkel. It just goes straight on. And then yeah, that's job done. I'll put a little rubber grommet grommet in here, or weld that up, not sure yet. But yeah, that's pretty much the intake system done until I table it. Nah, probably not, but yeah, no, come up alright. Here it is. This is better view in the light. It actually looks a lot better than I thought. The fitment, all that, like no gap there. It's all pretty good. If you run the aerial, you might have problems there, or you might be able to do it a bit different to how I've done it. I don't like the aerial, so ripped it out. Yeah, ram head lines up well with the roof. Not bad at all. For these holes here, I use this really thick grease stuff and just smeared it everywhere so no water can get in there. That's the idea anyway. Hopefully it works. We'll see. But yeah, that'll do the trick for sure.